Hi again. We're doing part 2 of Are You Going Forward or Are You Going Backward? Pirkei Avos says that we're either going forward or backward, but we are not standing still. A lot of people think, well, I got a lot of Torah study under my belt, so, that accounts for a lot. And sometimes they think they can take little vacations or whatever. But I've seen it in my own life where while I was in Puerto Rico, I used to study mega hours. And since I came to New York, mega hours are not available for study. And it makes it very difficult to keep up and to keep my soul well fed and whatever. Anyway, to make a long story short, I had to start finding ways to sustain and maintain my soul. And one of the ways is that I listen to Shem going to work, coming back from work, while I'm supermarket shopping. Basically, any moment that I have, I'm listening to Shem either on my phone or whatever. And but that's not good enough by itself. Basically, we have to do studying with other people and studying by ourselves. According to Pirkei Avos, also, it says that we have to do both, study with other people and study. And when we're studying alone, we're not ever alone because Hashem is with us. So, I don't know about other people, but I get a lot of I don't know what you want to call it, the divine presence rests upon a person, even if they're by themselves studying Torah. So, boy, I feel the divine presence when I study Torah. But I do it with my heart, and I imagine that's a prerequisite to study Torah with your heart, to love what you're studying. Torah is such a wide, immense ocean for us to dive into. And so many areas, and Halacha, and Zohar, and Talmud, and you name it, there's so much. And then there are even well-known rabbis that wrote books, and it's endless. And the whole thing is, maybe a person says, well, I don't know what I should be studying. So go into a bookstore and see what books you're drawn to, because the area of Torah that you should be studying at this time will be the books that you're drawn to. That's one of the ways to find out where you are and what you're doing at this time. And are you going forward or are you going backward? So if we're increasing in our learning, if we're increasing in our ability to operate in the Torah, in other words, are you a kind person to other people? Are you a helpful person? Are you offering yourself if somebody needs help? These are things that is Torah in action. Because a lot of people may have a great knowledge of all these books that are written, but when it comes to living Torah, each person has to do a self-evaluation. Each person needs to even check their words, because people don't realize that automatic pilot, especially if you were brought up here in New York, is not necessarily kindness. And how your words affect other people will be involved in the judgment that goes before God. Every night when we go to sleep, our soul goes to Hashemayim, to heaven, and we are judged for what we did in that day. So you have to ask yourself, was I kind to the people around me? Was I a good example of being a Jew in front of the Goyim even? Because some Jewish people think that, okay, the Goyim are a lower level, they don't have as much, well, not all, but, a good majority, and they just don't have as much seichel and whatever. But bottom line is that we are Hashem's ambassadors in this world, and it's really important how they see us, that we give good nachas to our Father in heaven, Hashem. That people look at Jewish people as who and what they are, the highest level spiritually in this creation. And if you were born Jewish and you're not religious or whatever the case may be, you should know that you were born with a golden spoon in your mouth. And the problem is you probably think it's rusting because you haven't seen so much that is offered to you. So much that Hashem has blessed you with just by being born Jewish. And you don't even know you have it. And until you walk through the doors, cross over the bridge, and begin to live a committed life unto Hashem, you just can't see. I'll tell you one thing. I made teshuvah over 30-something years ago, and it's uncomparable, the life I have now to what I had. I would never go back, been there, done that. Oh my goodness. Such a higher level of quality of life that I can't even begin to express or explain. Is it worth it to serve Hashem, to love God, to study His Torah, to live by an orthodox life of, well, not a fanatical life, mind you, being a person who highly regards the commands of God and tries their best to do what Hashem said and is growing little by little and getting higher and higher in level, and does not throw stones at other people because everybody's at a different level and nobody knows what level the other person is at. Bottom line, help people, don't hurt them. No? So are you going forward or are you going backward? If you don't have kindness in your life, you're going backward, not forward. So let's change the things that need changing to be known as a kind person. Well, thanks for joining me. I wish you blessings and goodness and happiness. Don't forget talking to Hashem and praying. Besides the prayer book, we also have what's called hitbonedut. That means you can pour your heart out to Hashem, find a quiet place to do it, and watch Hashem in action when He answers you. Well, shalom uvracha. Until next time.